Sunsets are free. Contrary to the impression I leave on people who communicate with me, I am extremely satisfied with my life. I am healthy, dare I say, in decent physical health. I would even say too decent, mentally too. Though to be frank, I have the hardest time implementing the advice and lessons I'm given, whether it's because I have a slight problem with people trying to exercise control over me, or just because I'm too slow, I don't know. But today I learned a wonderful lesson. I'm sitting on a bench on the shore of the Pacific Ocean, which to be honest is beautiful, staring blankly at the setting sun. Some music is playing in my ears from the AirPods headphones that I just received from the bank as a stupid gift for the bank account. I opened with them, and I am quietly and calmly waiting for a colleague from work to come so that we can have a beer and talk about work and life. We both work at one of the biggest studios in the world, and at least for me, I'm living my dream come true, a job I adore. This same job pays a great salary, and I live exactly 327 steps from the ocean. I'm fed, I'm warm, I'm well dressed. In a word, everything is wonderful, and I'm not having a bad life at all. Suddenly a dark silhouette collapsed onto the bench next to me, and several empty beer cans rattled at my feet. I made a point of picking up one of them to pass it to the mysterious shade to my left. Generally in the city I live in, it's a practice to leave empty aluminum cans outside the trash bins. That way poorer people walk by, pick them up, and return them for scrap to help themselves a little with the budget, or it is their main means of livelihood. Picking up the can, I looked at the man standing next to me with an outstretched hand. The dark Balkan entity in me instantly called and said sourly, "He's going to want money now." I hurried to hand him the empty can, and he took it from my hand, smiled widely, bowed slightly, and spoke. "Thanks, young man." The cynic in me kept saying, "Okay, goddammit, I'm sitting down having little rest on a bench away from people. Why do the crazy people keep coming to me?" Outwardly, I'm just sitting with my hand outstretched to the person and looking at him blankly. "Excuse me, young sir, is something the matter?" he asked me. I, slightly embarrassed, didn't even speak. I just waved my hand, smiled, and turned up the music through my jeans pocket. 19:15. My friend isn't here yet. The song changes, another next. A few minutes go by, and I try hard not to look at the poor guy next to me. At one point, however, while the songs were changing, I heard a slight rustling, and out of the corner of my eye I looked at him and saw this man slip a plastic bag over his whole body, almost transparent, and snuggle into it like it's the softest blanket in the world. Of course, I'm instantly like, damn, he is completely gone, isn't he? Right before looking away, I noticed his face, smiling, happy, calm. His face was lit by the rays of the setting June sun. I found it very strange. His shoes were quite old, although in places it was obvious that he had tried to clean them. I couldn't see the clothes because of the transparent plastic bag. On his head was a red-striped winter hat, torn here and there, and grey hair showing through the holes. Around him are two small sacks filled with empty cans of beer and other soft drinks. I looked ahead, hoping the crazy guy beside me wasn't going to bother me. The last rays of the sun were beginning to hide behind the horizon. New song. I closed my eyes. I love this song. I silently thanked the one above for keeping me alive and well, and for giving me this opportunity to be here, to be now, and to be who I am, despite everything and everyone. In an instant, this idyllic picture flashed in my head, but I saw it from above. Me with my expensive shoes and clothes, all the technology in my pockets, ears and hands for thousands of dollars, the artist with the wonderful salary who lives 327 feet from the shore of the Pacific Ocean, and the person who only has 2 bags of empty beer cans to his name. The two of us are sitting on a bench with our eyes closed, and I'm pretty sure we're both giving thanks for this day. I froze. I opened my eyes. I looked around quickly, and there was no one around us. Absolutely nobody, just me and him. I stared into his face, lightly bearded with a graying beard, but smiling, his eyes firmly closed and his face turned to the sun. In a hundredth of a second, all kinds of thoughts started to pass through my head, but one stuck in my mind. I stared at him. I think now I know exactly who is the crazy person on our common bench. This man was taking real pleasure, pure, completely honest. I don't know why, but my gaze darted to his back, and I found that he had no white wings. Why my thoughts went there, I have no idea. The pent-up thought crystallized in my head. "Sunsets are free for all of us," rang out in my head. I grinned from ear to ear. My phone vibrated. My friend has arrived. I instantly got up from the bench and took a step. I stopped. I turned and tried to say something to the man, at least a goodbye. Nothing came out of my mouth. He was so humble and calm, I didn't have the heart to spoil the moment for him. I started walking. Sunsets are free for all. But he wasn't the crazy one on that bench. The crazy one left to have a beer with his friend, talking about work and life during a beautiful sunset. The end